2, 3. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take this off. Yep. Good afternoon. Don Briggs, your mayor. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. I'm joined today by Joe Ritz III, longtime Emmitsburg resident and graduate of Mount St. Mary's. Thank you for coming today, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm going to go over a couple things here, and then we'll get back to some discussion with our commissioner. And I forgot to mention that he is a commissioner. Sorry.
Thank you.
We're still working under the Maryland Strong Roadmap to Recovery, but we're in phase 2, but there are things in phase 3, like going to church now. 50% occupancy is in, but we're expecting to have a press conference with for us by the governor this afternoon, and the word is that possibly he'll open up restaurants to 50% occupancy. Now that's the big print. Then there's small print with the health department and everything comes after that, and that's the way it usually is after we hear from the governor. We've to date been 59,465 cases in the state, 2,719 deaths. Frederick County has 2,178 cases and 105 deaths. That's up slightly from last week, and 7 probable-related deaths. In our zip code 21727, we're at 22. A week ago, it was at 20. So this thing is still out there, and everybody, like particularly my age, probably should be take all precautions that take care of yourself. Yeah, that'll be good. Like I mentioned, churches are at 50% occupancy, and at St. Joe's they're down to they want a little bit better, so you'd only be a third, and spacing and mask and everything like that. And we know that the restaurants have outdoor seating at this time. Let me just look here, see if there's one point I want to cover here. I want to thank you all for supporting our restaurants through this, and they're doing okay. They would like to do better and increase their staff again, and that is the question about if this announcement is made today, that some of that could be a possibility. The pool, we're still looking for a mid-July opening if possible. Again, you can have your pool at 50% of your surface area of the pool, which comes down to about a number of 25 people in the pool at one time, and that's way below what we usually experience on a daily rate there. Now, Commissioner Ritz.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
What term are you in now?
I'm at the end of my second term.
Wow. Has it been a quick 6 years, or, I mean, you got a lot of other things, moving parts with children and everything in your life.
It has been, yes, it has flown by. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, you moved here. I think you lived outside of town, but you moved in town when you were 7 years old.
I did.
And lived on first on West Main Street, if I believe.
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
219 West Main Street.
Well, wow. And
the pool was in our backyard.
Did this everything that's happened in your term here? What have you seen? I know we've had the discolored water. We're trying to get pipes up to date where maybe they weren't taken care of before. Now we got COVID, so there's 19. So a lot of things. This is a strange time, but how does it compare when you grew up in the town? What do you see different? Is it more cars or traffic or what? Any?
Yes, yeah, a lot more traffic. I remember speaking of traffic. I remember when we first moved in, before they redid West and East Main Street, the parking on the sides. It was very interesting.
Dome.
The parking spots had a bit of an angle to them, and then around the late 80s, they redid the
But you
East and West
basically
Main
couldn't
Street.
get out of the car, could you, on that side? Or it was difficult if you wait a lot.
Apparently, we did okay. Obviously, we parked out back too, but and I wasn't driving at that point, but
Wow.
I can't remember that much.
How about school? I mean,
School, yeah. I mean, I went to Mother Seton School
Okay.
for elementary school and middle school.
Okay, and then to Catoctin,
I did, yes.
and then on to the Mount. What was your major at the Mount?
History.
History, good. Any particular phase or just the whole, like,
Early, I'd say the period after, between the Revolutionary War and Civil War. Actually, I like that
Oh.
era.
that's terrific. That's good. That's phenomenal.
Usually when you're younger, they skip over that part. It goes by pretty quick, and next thing you know, you're into the Civil War,
Right.
events leading up to it, so.
Okay, how about the discolored water? Yeah, did we handle it right? I mean, we jumped in the middle and thought we had a cure to it this way, and then like at that time of year, a week or two, and then it goes into 3 weeks around November, and unfortunately, we had some people in our community really suffering with this issue, and
Yes.
I think we've got it. But what would you say of?
I think at first, I'll be honest, it just seemed that there were a lot of hiccups,
Right.
And we had to get through those, and it was just the unknown of what was causing it, trying to figure things out. I think communication got a lot better, things being on the website and everything, and on Facebook. So it was a little tough there at first. Things started to get really good, and then the water cleared up, and I think that was some of the actions that we put into place. So that was very helpful. So then we got that out of the way. Things seemed great. Then COVID hits. So
Right.
just can't win sometimes.
I know. We also have some challenges with our the salaries for our staff that we've had an outside study, and we'll make a presentation to the board
Okay.
on that. But in a time when it's changed so dramatically, going into this, we were below 4% unemployment and very hard to find people. It's kind of loosened up now to where it's about 13% or 14%.
Unfortunately,
But
yeah.
we have institutional knowledge with some of our staff that we've got to accommodate that, and it'll be something we'll present to you. They've been together a long time. They've been rowing together for a long time. And they're it's going to be we'll have a keen discussion on that as we always do, but hopefully we can come to something where we can make everybody feel good. But that's a big issue. Now we have this thing called the clarifier, which will help
Yes.
help with that. The pricing we're getting now is probably we're going to be about $1.4 million for this thing, and we're working with a government entity to see if we can get a loan for that. MDE, Maryland Department of Energy, just said they would not give us a grant for the money, so we've
Okay.
gone to another one, and I think we're comfortable with it, and it's something we have to do. It's the most important thing, so we don't have this discolored water. But that I did most of the talking there. What's your thoughts on that? Do you have any?
It's, I think, I know that a lot of other communities are suffering similar situation,
Right.
due to antiquated water delivery system and whatnot. So I think things, in hindsight, things could have been done in the past, and they were overlooked or neglected. And now we, your administration and the current board, that's something we have to face, and
Right.
it's unfortunate, but it needs to be addressed. And like I said before, I think a lot of good things have been put into place. Yes, the clarifier is expensive. However, it needs to be done, or else we're not going to clear up the situation. No pun intended. But
Right.
Something that we need. And I think everything else, the water line out North Seton Avenue, et cetera, it all comes together. But it's not a cheap fix.
Right. At one point in the past, there was a subdivision was going to be done on the big farm behind
Yes.
Rudy's. What is Ru-
Rubes,
Ru-
yeah,
yeah.
at the other end of
Right.
North Seton, correct.
And that would have gone over the water pressure going over the hill there, North Seaton and to Paul Street that would have been cured by that. That were going to make them pay for that, but there's nothing in line to pull that out. So we're going for other things, and these are another challenge we'll have to face altogether. And I'm looking forward to that. But how were your days at the Mount? I'm going to shotgun you a little bit.
They were great. I actually after high school I went to Frederick Community College first.
Okay.
I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Okay.
And I ended up I started out as a music major. I enjoy music. I enjoy music so much that I didn't want to make a career out of it. A little on the side is nice, but I did, and then I switched over to just education in general for a while, and then decided history was always my strongest subject. So my intent was to graduate with a history degree and then pursue law school. But as things came about, I had an opportunity to accept a job at Fort Detrick. Obviously, it's for cancer and AIDS research for the National Cancer Institute as a contractor at that time. Had nothing to do with history, but I had a college degree, and I worked myself up, learned different things. Actually went away from that for a while, and then I came back, and I've been back since about 2 years now.
Oh, that's terrific.
But I enjoyed my time at the Mount.
Right.
I felt proud to go there, local school and all. So
Go Mount.
go Mount.
That's great. You play the organ for a local church, and you've been doing that for how many years?
At St. Joe's since 1995, actually.
Wow,
So
25 years. That's terrific. Work there, and your mother is a cantor.
she helps out with the singing. Yeah.
See, well, that's good.
Yep.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Tell me some of the changes, though, from when you were young, but they are now. Just a good drill into that, or is it more traffic, or what do you?
That's part of it. Yeah, more people. Obviously, we're still a small town, but it is noticeable that there are new developments that weren't here. I remember when Northgate was just a field, and Pembroke and Brookfield, they weren't here, which is not a bad thing that they are here. I'm not saying that. Just even though we're a small town, I have seen it grow.
That's good.
That's about. Yeah, sorry. It's
No, that's good. I'm going to come back to you for some final comments. I'm just going to go over a couple of things about in the community, but I'll be right back to you.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. Farmers Market, as far as I know, we have six clients, and I will call them clients, and they will. So that's going to open up, I think, on the 26th of this month, and if we all jump in and help all our local people, it will mean that they'll be able to come back to our stores, and the interchange of that and the circulation of $1 in the neighborhood is amazing. But wonderful people there, and wonderful fresh fruit at great prices. Yard waste collection is I don't have that date. I should have it, but June 20th, I believe, is the bulk. Is that the bulk pickup date? We'll go over that, and then the following week will be the. I guess that would be the 27th. That would be the week that we have the next yard waste collection at Creamery Road. Yes, I've got bulk trash pickup is Saturday the 20th, so check the town for what's acceptable to put out with that. We still have town grant funds available for small businesses. Please contact us, and we're opening that up now to, if you're home, work out of your home, that's available to you. And please, we want to thank you for all your service to the town, and we really want to accommodate you with. This is from the board and myself. Census 2020. It's worth $18,000 per person who responds to the census request, and that's over 10 years. And if you multiply that by $18,000 times that, you'll come up with a wonderful high figure for 3,000 people. I haven't heard back from Phyllis Kelly, but I think the supplies are strong there. Catoctin Pregnancy Center is open Monday and Friday, 1 to 3, and Tuesday, 7 to 8. Jubilee's well stocked. Country Kitchen is still serving food, I believe, in front of the Vigilant Hose. The hospital in Gettysburg is receiving patients. Frederick Hospital is not. That's just what I've heard today. I want to thank everybody on the front lines, all the people who work our stores, the pharmacies, those serving food, bringing it out to the cars. It's just been a wonderful experience. I hope we can appreciate this time. It gave us a time to stop and look around and re-gauge, and we have a lot of wonderful things in this town. It's a very special place, and we will go on. Commissioner Ritz, do you have any final thoughts or anything you'd like to talk about? Or
Well, sure. No, thank you. First off, thank you for giving me the opportunity today. Do appreciate it. I think it's great that, myself as a town commissioner and all of our town commissioners have the opportunity to just show our support for you, and that we're here for the town. There are too many to mention, but I just wanted to personally thank all organizations and individuals who have provided assistance during this pandemic. Thankful that we're now in phase 2. As you indicated, there's maybe a little bit of confusion, but hopefully we'll have some better guidance here soon. I did hear that the transit services of Frederick County have reopened several of their routes, including to Emmitsburg and Thurmont. So
Good.
obviously, if you do ride, you would have to wear a mask or a facial covering, but until further notice, if you use transit services, it is free until further notice. Community Heritage Day was scheduled for June 27th. Unfortunately, we had to cancel a majority of the day's events. In the evening, Stick Time Band is playing, and fireworks are going on as planned, which is actually really good. From what I understand, ours will be the only fireworks for miles around. Gettysburg's been canceled, and I know that not Walkersville, but Thurmont is postponed until further notice. They're hoping to have a carnival in the fall, so I'm assuming maybe they'll do fireworks then. But it's always great to have the fireworks. So obviously, if anybody can come out. Oh, and the hose company, Vigilant Hose Company, not the Lions Club this year, but the hose company, they will be doing chicken dinners that day.
that's right.
So, if anybody has the opportunity and the chance to get out, obviously using precaution and common sense, hopefully they're still able to enjoy their day.
Oh, that's great.
It is our community day, and don't want COVID to get us down 100%. So looking forward to that. And can't wait for our town offices to open soon and to have our meetings here. It's been months since I've been in this room. Had some Wi-Fi issues with using Zoom at the last meeting. Hopefully all will go well if we're doing another virtual meeting for our July 13th meeting, but can't wait to get back on track. Just
All good.
normality. Can't wait to have things back to normal.
Oh, that's good. Well, you mentioned, I think the last meeting is something that the post office may be considering deliveries in part of the town that have to only have boxes, is that right?
Yeah, they're looking into it. I don't have all the details, but as you know, in the village zone especially, there's no mail delivery to those addresses. Now, granted, you can have a free P.O. box, such as myself, and probably you as well. Just looking to extend the route using the rural carrier. It's difficult to do things along Main Street, but maybe utilizing some of the back alleys if possible. They're looking into that, so it's not a guarantee, but
That's good. That's good news.
Yeah, because I've always said this before too, you know, it's not so much an inconvenience factor, but, you know, you obviously, if you have something mailed, as you know, something mailed to your house, you can't use your street address, you have to utilize the P.O. box. Some places will not deliver to a post office box, so you hope that they're able to hold it for you, or it'll simply get returned. And my main concern is any individuals that might have medicine delivered. You never know. What if it gets sent back and they don't get it in time? Things like that. So,
Right,
you know, it would be great that
right.
we'd have more reliable, not to discredit our post office here in town, but consistent reliability with mail delivery would be great.
Sure would. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll be right back to you for a final thank you. The Commissioner Ritz did bring up about Heritage Days at 6 o'clock in the evening, no day events, and music from 6 to about 9, then the fireworks will start in the park. Everybody will have to distance themselves, and we'll go over that protocol. Maybe next week we can have some information on that. And the Vigilant Hose is going to offer chicken. The Lions Club deferred on that for this year. It'll be served in the vacant lot on South Seaton Avenue, and we'll have more information there, and they will respect and it's really delivery in a sense, pick up and go, and no seating. We'll just see how it plays out. But by that time, we're waiting for Governor Hogan's press conference, hopefully today and tomorrow. There's a teleconference with the county executive, all the mayors in the county, usually a weekly event, and we'll see. Usually it comes out that there's something, yeah, you can do this, but then how do you implement it? It's always a question across the county. Mr. Ritz, you're a history major. Emmitsburg is tough. June 1863, 2 weeks before the Battle of Gettysburg, half the town burned down. In 1929, the Great Depression, we had to go through that, and I think maybe a bank or two here in town crashed with that. And so we got the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, 2 world wars, and here we are, and we can handle it. We all stick together and work together. I want to thank you very much for coming today. You're always interested in your neighbors, and the neighbors are everybody in our town. And
Absolutely.
And you bring so much to our meetings, and I look forward to serving with you. We'll see how that all plays out in the next couple of months in the future. But thank you again, sir.
Hey,
And
thanks for having me. I appreciate it. You know, and it was easy for me to do this today.
you work from home.
I've been working from home since March, teleworking. So, you know, when I'm in Frederick, it would be difficult to do things in town during the day sometimes. But given the circumstances, unfortunate circumstances, I actually am at home. So I welcome the opportunity. So thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody out there. We will have something for you next Wednesday, probably at the same time, 1 o'clock. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed weekend and today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.